Greater St. Louis is the metropolitan area that completely surrounds and includes the independent city of St. Louis. It spans both the U.S. states of Missouri and Illinois. It is the largest metro in Missouri. Depending on the counties included in the area, it can refer to the St. Louis Mobile Metropolitan Statistical Area or the St. Louis St. Charles Farmington Mobile Combined Statistical Area, as well as the City St. Louis. The area serves the southern Illinois counties of Bond, Calhoun, Clinton, Jersey, Macoupin, Madison, Monroe, and St. Clair, the Missouri counties of Franklin, Jefferson, Lincoln, St. Charles, St. Louis County, Warren, Washington, and a portion of Crawford County. The CSA includes all of the MSA listed above and the Farmington Micropolitan Statistical Area, which includes Washington and St. Francois counties. The CSA was the 19th largest in the United States in 2015, with a population of 2,916,447, while the MSA was the 20th largest in the country that year, with a population of 2,811,588. The region is home to 9 Fortune 500 companies: Express Scripts, Emerson Electric, Monsanto, Reinsurance Group of America, Centene, Peabody Energy, Amerin, Graybar Electric, and Edward Jones. The area received the All-America City Award in 2008. Counties and cities in Greater St. Louis. Cities and counties in Greater St. Louis, Missouri: Franklin County, Mo, Berger, Gerald, New Haven, Pacific, St. Clair, Sullivan, Union, Washington. Jefferson County, Mo, Arnold, Barnhart, Burns Mill, Crystal City, DeSoto, Festus, Herculaneum, Hillsborough, Pevely. Lincoln County, Mo, Ellsbury, Moscow Mills, Troy, Winfield, Old Monroe. St. Francois County, Mo, Bond, Desloge, Farmington, Leadwood, Park Hills. St. Charles County, Mo, Cottleville, Dardenne Prairie, Forestville, Lake St. Louis, O'Fallon, St. Charles, St. Peters, Weldon Spring, Wentzville. St. Louis, City of St. Louis. St. Louis County, Mo, Afton, Baldwin, Belnor, Bell Ridge, Belleville, Bellefontaine, Neighbors, Bellerive, Berkeley, Beverly Hills, Blackjack, Breckenridge Hills, Brentwood, Bridgeton, Caverton Park, Champ, Charlotte, Chesterfield, Clarkson Valley, Clayton, Cool Valley, Country Club Hills, Crestwood, Country Life Acres, Creve Coeur, Crystal Lake Park, Dellwood, Des Perez, Edmondson, Ellisville, Eureka, Ferguson, Fenton, Floridel Hills, Florissant, Frontenac, Glen Echo Park, Glendale, Grantwood Village, Greendale, Green Park, Hanley Hills, Hazelwood, Hillsdale, Huntley, Kinloch, Kirkwood, Jennings, Ladue, Lakeshire, Mackenzie, Manchester, Maplewood, Marlborough, Maryland Heights, Melville, Moline Acres, Normandy, Northwoods, Norwood Court, Oakland, Olivet, Overland, Pacific, Pagedale, Pasadena Hills, Pasadena Park, Pine Lawn, Richmond Heights, Riverview, Rock Hill, Street Ann Street, John, Shrewsbury, Sunset Hills, Spanish Lake, Sycamore Hills, Town and Amp Country, Twin Oaks, University City, Uplands Park, Valley Park, Velda City, Velda Village Hills, Veneta Park, Veneta Terrace, Warson Woods, Webster Groves, Wellston, Westwood, Wilbur Park, Wildwood, Winchester, Woodson Terrace. Warren County, Mo, Forestville, Marthasville, Truesdale, Warrenton, Rice City. Washington County, Mo, Belgrade, Caledonia, Irondale, Potosi, Richwoods. Illinois, Bond County, Ill, Greenville, Sorrento. Calhoun County, Ill, Hardin. Clinton County, Ill, Carlisle, Centralia, Germantown, New Baden. Jersey County, Ill, Jerseyville, Grafton. Macoupin County, Ill, Bunker Hill, Carlinville, Staunton, Gillespie. Madison County, Ill, Alton, Collinsville, Edwardsville, Glen Carbon, Granite City, Highland, Troy, Wood River, Monroe County, Ill, Columbia, Hecker, Valmeyer, Waterloo, St. Clair County, Ill, Belleville, Cahokia, Caseyville, East St. Louis, Fairview Heights, Lebanon, O'Fallon, Shiloh, and other municipalities. As noted above, the Greater St. Louis area includes 2 cities named O'Fallon and 2 cities named Troy. The nearby Hannibal-Quincy micropolitan areas are technically not located within the metropolitan, but are regionally associated due to the proximity and accessibility to Greater St. Louis. Demographics. According to the 2010 United States Census, in Greater St. Louis there were 2,787,701 people living in 1,143,001 households, of which 748,892 households were families. Race. In 2010, 98.2% of Greater St. Louis was of one race, while 1.8% were of 2 or more races. Of those of one race, 2,214,298 residents, or 76.9% of the population, were white. 519,221, or 18%, were African American. 60,316, or 2.1%, were Asian American, and 32,542 residents, or 1.1%, were American Indian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander American, or some other race. 72,797 residents, or 2.5%, were Hispanic or Latino Americans of any race. Age and gender. As of 2010, the median age for Greater St. Louis is 38.2, and 48.4% of the population was male, while 52.6% of the population was female. Income and housing statistics. As of 2010, Greater St. Louis included 1,264,680 housing units, and 90.4%, or 1,143,001 units, were occupied. Of those units that were vacant, 3.2%, of 40,553 units, were for rent. 1.6%, or 19,956 were for sale. 1%, or 12,575 were unoccupied seasonal homes, and 5%, or 6,771 were sold or rented but unoccupied. 3.3%, of 41,884 units were vacant and not for sale or rent. Of the occupied housing units, 70.6%, or 807,431 were owner-occupied, with 2,075,622 occupants. 29.4%, or 335,570 units were rented, with 739,749 occupants. In 2010, the median income for a household in the St. Louis metro was $50,900. Transportation. Transportation in Greater St. Louis includes road, rail, and air transportation modes connecting the communities in the area with national and international transportation networks. Parts of Greater St. Louis also support a public transportation network that includes bus and light rail service. Education. Education in Greater St. Louis is provided by more than 24 public school districts, independent private schools, parochial schools, and several public library systems. Greater St. Louis also is home to more than 30 colleges and universities. Parks in Greater St. Louis are administered by a variety of state, county, and municipal authorities, and the region also includes the state of Missouri's only national memorial, the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial, which is the site of the Gateway Arch. Several Missouri state parks in the region and parks owned by St. Louis County are larger than 1,000 acres, while one park in the city of St. Louis, Forest Park, also exceeds 1,000 acres. Economy. The 2014 gross metropolitan product of St. Louis was $145.958 billion. That makes St. Louis the 21st highest GMP in the United States. The three largest categories of employment in Greater St. Louis are trade, transportation, and utilities with 249,000 workers, education and healthcare services with 225,000 workers, and professional and business services with 185,000 workers. Greater St. Louis has more than 1.3 million non-farm workers, representing roughly 15% of the non-farm workforce of Missouri and Illinois combined. As of May 2011, 125,000 non-farm workers were unemployed in Greater St. Louis, with an unemployment rate of 8.6%. As of the third quarter of 2010, the Greater St. Louis region had more than 73,000 companies or establishments paying wages, while average weekly wages for that period were $833, slightly lower than the U.S. national average of $870. The largest industry by business conducted was wholesaling with $71 billion, followed by manufacturing with $67 billion, retail trade with $36 billion, and healthcare with $16 billion. The area's largest employer by sector was healthcare with 174,000 workers, followed by retail trade with 152,000 workers and manufacturing with 134,000 workers. Using available data, the combined value of business conducted in the combined statistical area was $213 billion in 2007. With a gross metropolitan product of $112 billion in 2009, St. Louis' economy makes up 40% of the gross state product of Missouri. As of 2011, the St. Louis area is home to 9 Fortune 500 companies, including Express Scripts, Emerson Electric, Monsanto, Reinsurance Group of America, Amerin, Charter Communications, Peabody Energy, Graybar Electric, and Centene. Other notable corporations from the area include Edward Jones Investments, Scottrade, Wells Fargo Advisors, Energizer Holdings, Ralcorp, Hardee's, and Enterprise Holdings. Significant healthcare and biotechnology institutions with operations in St. Louis include Pfizer, the Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, the Soli Company, Sigma Aldrich, and Multidata Systems International. Although it was purchased by Belgium-based InBev, Anheuser-Busch continues its presence in the city, as does Mallinckrodt Incorporated in spite of its purchase by Tyco International. The May Department Stores Company was purchased by Federated Department Stores, but Federated maintained its regional headquarters in the area. General Motors continues to produce cars in the St. Louis area, although Chrysler closed its production facility in the region, which was located in Fenton, Missouri. Despite its purchase by Nestlé, Ralston Purina remained headquartered in St. Louis as a wholly owned subsidiary. St. Louis is also home to Boeing Phantom Works. In addition, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis in downtown is one of 2 Federal Reserve banks in Missouri. St. Louis County in particular is home to several area companies. Monsanto Company, formerly a chemical company and now a leader in genetically modified crops, is headquartered in Creve-Coeur. Solutia, the former Monsanto chemical division that was spun off as a separate company, is in Town and Country. Express Scripts, a pharmaceutical benefits management firm, has its corporate headquarters in the suburbs of St. Louis It, near the campus of the University of Missouri St. Louis It. Energizer Holdings, the battery company, is headquartered in Town and Country. Enterprise Rent-A-Car's headquarters are located in Clayton. Charter Communications is headquartered in Town and Country. Emerson Electric's headquarters are located in Ferguson. Boeing Integrated Defense Systems is headquartered in Berkeley. Trans-States Airlines is headquartered in Bridgeton. Edward Jones Investments is headquartered in Des Perez. From 1994 until its acquisition in 2000 by Tyco International, another chemical company, Mallinckrodt, was headquartered in St. Louis County. Many of the former Mallinckrodt facilities are still in operation by Tyco in the St. Louis suburb of Hazelwood, Missouri. Others are SSM Healthcare, St. John's Mercy, and the Tenet Healthcare Corporation chain. Companies based in Greater St.